Oregon Department of Agriculture's School IPM module, Declaring a Pest Emergency. This video is intended for educational purposes and does not cover all legal requirements of school districts and their IPM coordinators. For additional questions or concerns, please refer to the contact information provided at the end of the video. What is a pest emergency? A pest emergency, as defined by Oregon Revised Statute, is an urgent need to eliminate or mitigate a pest situation that threatens the health or safety of students, staff, faculty members, members of the public using the campus, or the structural integrity of campus facilities. For example, yellow jackets and termites are among pests that may cause an immediate threat to the safety of the school community or structural integrity of the building, and may necessitate the need to declare a pest emergency. This diagram is a quick, step-by-step reference guide of your responsibilities as the school's IPM coordinator when declaring a pest emergency. For this module, we'll focus on steps 1 and 2. After you have determined there may be a pest emergency present on your campus, your first step towards declaring a pest emergency will be to consult with your school's faculty and administrators. During the consultation, describe your findings and articulate how potential hazards or threats will affect the school community or structural integrity of the building or infrastructure. Consider including one or more of the following as you consult with faculty and administrators. Why, specifically, is this a pest emergency? What makes it different or special? When do students or staff need access to the area, and are there temporary alternatives to using the treated areas? What pesticides will do the job? Do you really need to stray away from the low impact list? How might people come in contact with the pesticide, and how can the risks be minimized? When will the application take place? When will necessary warning signs be placed and notices be sent out? And lastly, who will be conducting the application? Some other things you may want to consider include keeping a record or taking notes when you consult with faculty and administrators, reaching out to NPIC, the National Pesticide Information Center, with any specific health and safety or environmental concerns, encouraging two-way communication with faculty and administrators. If you're hiring a professional pest control company to conduct the pesticide application, remember it is your responsibility as your school's IPM plan coordinator to ensure that all requirements of the school IPM law are met. This includes 24-hour notices, warning sign posting, product selection, application records, and the declaration of a pest emergency. After you finish consulting with faculty and administrators, you are ready to officially declare a pest emergency. Remember, the situation must meet the urgent need to protect health and safety or the structural integrity of campus facilities. Pests that become a nuisance or diminish the aesthetic appeal of an area, but that do not threaten health and safety of people or the structural integrity of campus facilities, do not meet this definition. It is recommended you keep records that a pest emergency was declared. As an example, you may consider adding a checkbox to your pesticide application record form. If you have further questions on what is considered a pest emergency, you're unsure, or for questions about a specific pest, use the links provided at the end of the video to contact the Oregon State University School IPM program and check out ODA's School IPM FAQ. Once you have declared a pest emergency, you are ready to begin your standard process for conducting a pesticide application. It is likely that during your consultation, a treatment plan was determined. Your first step will now be to send out written notice informing the school community of the intended pesticide application. This must happen at least 24 hours prior to the application. If notice can't be given 24 hours ahead of time because of the urgency of the pest emergency, notice can be provided within the first 24 hours after the application. Warning signs will also need to be placed at the entrances to the treatment site at least 24 hours prior to the application. If the pest emergency makes it impracticable to do so, the signs must be placed as soon as it is practicable, but no later than at the time of the application. After declaring a pest emergency, You may have decided the need to use a product that is not on your school's low impact list. You're not required to only use products on your school's low impact list, but many products on the low impact list may meet the need. Remember, even during an urgent pest emergency, you must always follow all pesticide labeling and all licensing requirements no matter what. If you have questions regarding labeling or licensing requirements, please use the links provided at the end of the video to contact ODA's pesticide program. As with all pesticide applications onto school campuses, be sure to record and retain records of the pesticide application. This goes both for the IPM plan coordinator and any professionals that you may hire. Once the declared pest emergency has been addressed and the application is complete, it's your responsibility as the IPM plan coordinator to then review the IPM plan and determine whether modifications are needed. Proactive changes to your school's IPM plan now may prevent future pest emergencies. The pest itself may only be one factor that contributed to a pest emergency. Consider whether inadequate planning, communication, resource constraints, or other factors may have contributed. Recognize that some factors may be outside of your control. For example, the school's governing body may be better positioned to address problems related to the lack of resources for pest prevention. If you decide to make changes to your IPM plan for the next time you encounter a pest emergency, you must submit these recommendations to the school's governing body before moving forward. Depending on the school, your governing body may be a school board, an agency, or some other body or person that has policy-making responsibilities and is generally responsible for oversight. The governing body must approve your recommendations before you can update the school IPM plan. Here are those additional resources we've been talking about throughout the video. If you have any questions or would like further guidance, please check them out. Thank you from the Oregon Department of Agriculture.